The Chicago Bears have made a trade. They have traded a 4th-round pick for Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP quarterback Nick Foles. And when you think of Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champion type quarterbacks, you don't typically think of Nick Foles. But Nick Foles, that's what he is. And he's had success in the NFL before. He had a couple good seasons in the early 2010s, early to mid 2010s with the Philadelphia Eagles, 8-2 in 2013, where he was a Pro Bowler, 2014, 6-2 as a starter. He's also had injury issues in his career, which he had last year. And, of course, the incredible run that he had in the Super Bowl versus New England, versus the Vikings in the NFC Championship, and even versus Atlanta in the divisional round of the 2017 NFL playoffs. Nick Foles is basically a way to push Mitchell Trubisky. The Bears obviously did not want to bring in a quarterback like they were rumored to do with, let's say, Cam Newton or even Tom Brady, or even a guy that would be a little bit more of a replacement of Trubisky. Let's just put it the way it should be put. Those guys would replace Mitchell Trubisky. But when you look at Nick Foles, I don't think you necessarily get the sense that he's a straight-up replacement for Mitch Trubisky. I think these two guys are going to fight it out in training camp, but I do think Trubisky gets the edge in terms of what the Bears want. In terms of they want Mitchell Trubisky to still be the starting quarterback. And it's weird because Trubisky has shown his potential at times. He's also shown that, like last year, he had a pretty awful season. And he did not play to the level he was expected to play last year. Some of that is on the offensive line, but most of it's on Trubisky. And I think that Nick Foles is a totally different type of quarterback, which really makes me wonder. I know that they do have some connections to Nick Foles for the Bears, specifically with the quarterback, coach. I know that DeFilippo is there in Chicago, I believe. So that's a connection from both the Eagles and the Jags days with Nick Foles. And also, Nagy had a little bit of a connection with Nick Foles, considering that Foles was the backup for Kansas City while Nagy was there. So, Foles, I think what you look at here is a guy that they knew, meaning Nagy knew, meaning this staff knew, and they knew what this player was like. They knew what the personality was like, and they were willing to say, okay, if we need to go away from Trubisky, or this is the type of personality, this is the type of player that we think would be perfect to bring in to not just push Trubisky, but also maybe possibly help him. But if Trubisky doesn't play up to his level, he can replace him and he can run this offense. I've seen him do it before. It might be a different type of offense. It might not be as athletically centered as it is with Mitchell Trubisky, where Trubisky has good ability to scramble and move and get outside the pocket and throw on the run. Those are some of his assets. With Nick Foles, that's the complete opposite. He's a statue in the pocket. He's a quick passer. He's a quick decision maker. He doesn't like to throw the ball down the field very often. Although he can do it. He has a good arm. He can take hits. He's very tough. He's tall. He's big. He's built. But he's also injury prone. And we've seen that Nick Foles is a better backup than he is a starter. Whenever he's given the opportunity to be a starter, he's never been able to fully capitalize. But as a backup, he's been really good. So basically, that's my thoughts on the move. Didn't play well last year. Played really well with the Eagles in moments in 2018. On that run to the playoffs, getting them back in it, and then, of course, winning that Super Bowl. I think Nick Foles could come in for the Bears. He's a slight upgrade, in my opinion, over Mitchell Trubisky if they want to go that route, but he's also a guy that's not necessarily, you're not saying out loud that Trubisky has already lost the job. So that's my thoughts on Nick Foles going to the Bears.